So even at school, I feel like we should be taught these things, how to, start our own businesses, how to have a cash cow for a certain business that you want, how, those things. You need to learn those things.
Cash cow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, dang a cash cow. Whether you're selling polonies or amagunya or something like that to start that cosmetic company that you want to start.
Welcome to the Entrepreneurial Student podcast. Namhlanje siphethe uMadam NALEDI MAKHUNGA. How are you, ma'am?
I'm great. Wenunjani?
Ngiyaphila. Do you feel welcomed like I?
Yeah, more than welcomed.
Really?
Actually walking in, I'm like, oh, at least yes, umuntu ophume Natal uyambona nje umZulu njengami kahle kahle. Uze ngithola umkhaya.
Tribalism.
Angisho kanjalo hawo abantu bayazi.
Usho kahle.
Ngisho kahle nje.
Nami ngiyakuzwa. Fethu, thank you very much for pulling through. You made it very convenient.
Really?
Yeah. Yenze nje iyalula lento.
That's nice. That's nice to hear.
Yeah. So mfethu sinokuyiqala ngendlela elula lento. There's a lady I usually meet athi, "Hey Mr. Mbatha, here's a penny for your thoughts." Yabo. Ufuna a random thought, random wisdom that can carry her through the day. Mhlambe leyo sisi mayengahlangana nawe. Ungathini kuye?
Ngingathini kuye?
Yeah.
I think I'd tell her that nothing is promised to us except for death. So, yeah, it sounds harsh, but nothing is promised to us except for death.
Yeah.
So you should wake up every day and thank God that you're awake every day and treat every day as a blessing. And kuwena ukuthi udecide ukuthi ngalesikhathi esincane onaso sokuphila ongasazi nawe uyazidecide wena ukuthi ufuna ukwenzani. And
on the spot.
Yeah, exactly. On the spot.
Yes.
We need to face reality. Youth needs to face reality. You also need to face reality. Yeah, it's okay. Ask yourself what your purpose is and then go with it.
Yeah. I love those words. As Njongombushilo, they are very provocative. They are direct. They are cutthroat words.
Yeah.
Kutaibo. Yini wena uzweni.
Iqiniso nje.
Ubani ukunikele le intel.
Yeah.
So living by those words, how does your day then become structured? Does it prioritize a certain thing? Does it neglect a certain thing? How does that affect your day?
It prioritizes prayer. Because you need to start by thanking God that you're alive.
Yeah.
There are people who are not as lucky as you. Abanga khonanga ukuvuka the following day and carry on with their lives. So you need to start off your day with prayer. That's what I always say. Prioritize your relationship with God. Uzoya good empilweni.
Yeah. I think women are very into God.
Yes.
I really think like.
But why women only?
Yeah. But by the look of things, I think women speak about God more than men. Or they speak to God more than men. Don't you think?
Yeah, we do actually. I don't know why that is the case. Yeah. So if you
maybe it's a homework. Actually, why? Why are we so tender and so really appreciative? But wait, to learn to lay ingawe, and we really want to know what makes you, what wires you, and how much of a difficulty it is to be you. And we want to appreciate you. So sizoyiqala ekuqaleni sithi, where are you from? Usukapi? Like udabukapi? Yeah.
Okay, well, asqalila. My name is NALEDI MAKHUNGA. And I know that people always ask me, why NALEDI kodwa umZulu? Hey, it's a long story. It's a long
And it's
story.
not like you had a choice, did you?
I didn't have a choice, exactly. So angihlezi nginga-understand ukuthi why abantu kuthiwa hayi bo yindaba manje unaledi kodwa umzulu uyabona hayi bazobuza ugogo wami ukuthi kwakwenze njani uyabona unaledi wakamakhunga lo khulumayo all the way from Newcastle in KZN.
Really?
Yeah. Uphuma bona?
So yeah.
Okay, all the way from Newcastle in KZN. I am 20 years of age. And I do many things. I do many things. This is my third year. I'm currently doing a BA in Media Communication and Culture. I'm about to graduate soon. And I'm really happy about that. Super proud. Super proud.
If it was a building, it was going to be written ShopRite coming soon.
ShopRite coming soon.
Yeah, like in the graduation coming soon.
Yeah.
With your
definitely.
face there.
You know?
I like it.
Yeah, so NALEDI is an entrepreneur. She's the founder of Glammed by Lady. She's also a radio host and MC even. And I've done a lot of things, like I said. Ngipuma uyo hoster Mr. SA last year, hosted the Paves Brunch Experience and
Mr. SA. Like Mr. South Africa.
Yes,
the country.
Mr. South Africa. The pageant. Yeah. So for me that was quite big. And Glammed by Lady, it's booming. If you check it on socials, a lot of people know about it. So I'm really happy about that. So yeah.
Yeah. There's so much to actually bite on. But you said you're from Newcastle and you are here for studies. Why PE and why media? Okay,
it's a funny story. Growing up, I've always been somebody who's interested in doing arts. I've always been interested in doing film. Visual arts, drama. I was always good when it comes to that. Script writing, everything. I do all of those
life
things.
Orientation must say encompass Leon.
It
was a side dish.
Visual arts. I was like, visual arts.
EPT.
No.
EPTs. Then it became a PTs period where we actually vandalize in a way. Yeah. But tell me about it, because in Klampe, some other things are a generational issue. Not necessarily that anything has changed, but it's because you're a certain generation. I'm a 90s kid. When I'm 20, clearly you're 2000, even 2000 and
I
2010s.
Yeah.
Shit. But you can tell us about and about it and how it influenced your decision making.
So my love for TV, media, everything, it started there, right? And so I told myself from a very young age that this is what I want to do. And my grandma had a very completely different plan. She wanted me to do law. And so I had applied for law, metric. I had applied for law, UJ, UKZN. And then I applied last minute at NMU. I think I remember quite well. It was September, my late applications. Yes, I did my late applications. So my late application, I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna lie and say that I didn't find and the only course media. And so I chose any course engithola kwa media. I was like, you know what, media communication and culture, you're corner available, I'm taking this one. And so I did exactly that, and my plan worked, because now I'm doing great, I'm succeeding, and she's happy with everything.
Oh man. And
she's so proud.
I think also the nice thing about what you're doing, you are Martina a cap. Or you are accompanying it with something practical.
Yeah.
Already by applying yourself, go Mr. SA. Media yako, and you become more excited in a class scene, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because you speak about something that you actually do.
I've been planning this for a very long time.
Shit.
I still even have amabhukwami since high school, where I write down all my goals. This is what I want to do. I want to be a presenter. I want to have my own business. I want to do this. I want to do that. And I've managed to achieve all those things.
But what does it do to you?
in writing things down.
Yeah, basically the realization which this thing actually came to fruition. It actually happened.
Let me tell you something. Once you write something down and you pray about it, you manifest it and work towards achieving it. The moment you get it, happiness. So it's it's out of this world. It's really an extraordinary feeling. It's just but
I hope
try
people are
it.
taking notes.
Yeah, just try it. Learn or normalize journaling down izinto zakho. Be it your goals, your feelings, what you want in future, businesses you want, everything. Write it down, manifest it, and pray about it. And also uhlangabeze now and work towards it, because people expect miracles, but miracles don't just happen. uNkulunkulu akakuphi isibusiso ungasisebenzelanga. Kumele ukhombise ukuthi kahle kahle nawe uyasifuna lesibusiso uready. You know, and that's exactly what I'm showing God. Ngoba ngathi ngoba uyasho nje ukuthi ngiyayikhapha nje izinto zami. I'm trying to show God, you know what, God, I think I'm ready for this. I can do this.
Yeah. Yes. So our audience, guys, let's try and underline these. Write your goals down. It can only boil down to you matching what you wrote down to what it is. Then you can even know when to say no, because that thing doesn't speak to what you wrote down.
Exactly. And even if things don't happen the way you'd planned them, learn to adapt to change, because life is all about change. Like you can plan something and things don't go accordingly. Just doesn't mean that your whole world now should crumble because of that. No, learn to accept change. It's okay, you know what, this is into izinto azenzekanga ngale ndlela expect ukuthi zenzeke ngazo, but
they're still leading to what you're trying to do.
You know, and I'm okay with that.
I love the gogo side of the story.
Yeah.
Don't you feel like you did something wrong by actually choosing to lie to gogo?
Lalela.
Where do you draw the line between good and bad?
Oh my goodness. Lalela yazi kwenzakalani. Ngithe after ngenze leyo nto, first year ngaphinde ngabuya ngamtshela iqiniso ukuthi kahle kahle nakho engangikwenzile. And I didn't want to do it law. I wanted to do this, you know. And she didn't take it to heart. She was like, Naledi, you should have said so. You should have told me, Guti, this is what you want, instead of just going after it regardless.
Because you're not getting my blessing.
Exactly. But my grandma has always supported everything that I did. Everything. Yeah, when I told her she was like, oh, uNkulunkulu wami ngiyabonga.
Then the rest will sort itself out.
She was like, if you feel like you want to change courses along the way, you can definitely do that. Yabo. So I was like, okay.
That's dope. To all the gogos listening and the future gogos listening, guys, support the dreams of the kids. We are kuluma ngogog. I'm not sure if it's comfortable to ask about the parents or
the parents,
the mom and the dad, the siblings and the whats.
Yeah, they are alive. I am a firstborn mama, deadborn babam.
Oh gee.
Ay, ngiyakutshena ngiyidadborn baba wami, and basaphila. It's just that I grew up with ugogo because my mother wangithole samncane sasevarsity. Awayenza law ke naye. That's why bafuna ukuthi ngenze law nami, because my mom is a law graduate.
Ugogo uyazi kodwa.
Uyazi.
Yini ngale law? Ubani wemhlupho ugogo?
Angazi. I don't know.
I think we need to go down then.
Kumele simbuze yabona.
Abuze ukuthi gogo kwenzakalani ngento zomthetho.
Yeah, you know. So umama wami was there, obviously sasibonana nje mangabe fikile zovakasha, and then my father same thing, and relationship yami nabo isa kanjalo namanje. So the person owaba umama owaba ubaba kumina wangikhombisa ukuthi okay empilweni kunje ugogo wami, because she knows it all. And usedlule kubakhulisa bonke abantwana bakhe. So now wayijabula kakhulu ukuthi uphinde athola umunye umntwana wentombazana, because wayeyedwa umntwana wentombazana ayinayo out of the 4 kids she had.
Which side is gogo?
My mother's side. Oh, okay. My mother's side.
So your mom was the
only girl,
and she produced the only.
Yeah.
Hey. Siyasaba ama equations.
Uyabona.
But siyabonga kakhulu. Do you have a small message for them?
A small message for them?
Yeah, because they're gonna see this, I hope.
Oh, they are going to see this.
Yeah.
They are going to see this. All I can tell them is that their child is going far in Empilweni. And I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make their dreams come true, because I know that they still have those little young girls inside of them crying out for their dreams, because they feel as though their dreams were robbed because of certain situations that transpired in their lives.
Yeah.
And I'm just here to tell them that I will do all of those things. I will make them proud. Isibongo saka MAKHUNGA ngizosikhuphula, you know? And siyakude shem, so brace yourselves. And I just want my grandma to know that yonke into engiyenzayo ngiyenzela yena. Yabona?
It's heavy. Gogo, siyakubongela, and yeah, hopefully you'll actually survive all of this turmoil that is happening in the world.
Yeah.
And get to reap lezinto ezenzakalayo. So how do you find yourself now? Angazi ukuthi ufike kanjani mhlambe being a presenter or MC at Mr. South Africa. I'm sure there's a build up to that.
There is a build up. So what had happened is that my first year, I told myself that, okay, get NMU, searched for a campus radio station there. I was like, okay, because I want to be a presenter, right? So let me start by radio presenting, because that's literally the only opportunity closest to lento engiyifunayo enginayo njengamanje. You know, so I was like, okay, campus radio station, Madiba's radio. I'm like, okay, let me send them an email. Then I Googled first, before sending them an email, Uguti, how do you get to become a presenter and all that? They're like, okay, you send a demo, send an email to programming manager. I was like, Gizobahupa, Gaikanda, idemo,
demo, break it down. There are future presenters here.
Okay, well, listen. If you're interested to work at any radio station as a presenter, what you have to do is you create a demo. In that demo, you're doing a radio link. Obviously, you're introducing the time, the song, the radio station, and maybe some topic that you created or something like that. And then obviously close it off with a song. Also mention the time. And then,
as if we're
you're recording yourself. You can even use your phone.
Yeah.
I didn't even have equipment, a studio, nothing like that. I used my phone and I edited using InShot. So I sent the demo using an email, then wrote, I searched for email your programming manager, and then I wrote an email. Guess what? Okay? They didn't answer. What did I do? Sent another email until they gave me attention. And when they gave me attention, they were like, okay, Lalel, Tuesday, siyakufuna, don't be late.
Where are you?
Obviously it's my first year. I'm at Reyes. Already sengifikile NMU. So it was quite easy for me, you know. And so then I went for my first interview. I was very scared. It was really cold. It was really cold. I'm not gonna lie. I remember that day. I remember that day vividly. It was really cold. I'm like, yo, because I was a bit late. I was running a bit late. And the programming manager was like, sis, you're already late. I was like, but don't be late for interviews. Please make sure. Don't be late for interviews. And then I nailed the interview. After that, they're like, you're going to come back. Here's a show, Signiga Yona. It's a Friday afternoon show from 12 to 3. You're going to be doing it every single Friday. Showed up to work every single day. There was not a day where I'm 17.
Yeah. No, man, like, it's a great story because it's only first year.
It's only first year.
You just arrived here and abanye abantu basacabanga ezinye izinto.
Lalela, yazi wathi numa? Yeah. Wathi uma nale toto uyapha NALEDI. Wathi uyapha yazi. Ufika nje wena already usosifakile into wena. And already I was popping up on posters, and my first celebrity interview was with Amanda Black. Her album, The Power, it carried me throughout my matric. I was going through a very hard time matric.
Now you're meeting your idol.
I'm like, what? It was obviously over the phone because of COVID. But it was still such an honor, and it made me realize that, you know what? If I carry on being consistent with this thing, I'll get somewhere in life, you know? And then from there on, the following year, I started emceeing gigs. I started by doing activations for the campus station. And then From there on, I entered a competition. I don't know what's competition, but it just popped up on my Instagram. I think God had a plan, you know? So when I saw it, I'm like, it was, I think, 2 days before Beval. I'm like, yo, in 2 days, there's no ways I'm going to write a script, memorize the script, do a video. I did exactly that in just 2 days. So I wrote a script the night before the actual day of shooting, memorized it in the morning. Emini, babezovala ngo-5. Emini, did the videos, started posting, and it went viral. Online. The amount of support I got from people I did not expect. It was impeccable. One thing I can tell you about them is that they're very supportive.
And they stand for their own.
Exactly. They see talent.
Khona lento vethu engiyibonayo kuwe in a way yokuthi yebo lamaphupho uwo afisile ne, but now they taking you through all of these phases. But manje ngiyazibuza ukuthi what is the support system other than home, because manje usuwedwa la? Would you say there's something that is pushing you beyond the course, or there's
a support system?
Yeah.
Okay, one thing I can tell you is that I was fortunate enough to get friends who are very supportive of me and who want to see me succeed. Even this interview, I got it through my friend, and she wants to be my manager. So I'm hoping that she is.
She wants to.
Contract. The thing is that she wants money. She wants money, you know. And level, but she's doing such an amazing job. I love her so much. She really supported me. She pushed me. She even pushed me to enter Miss SA. I wanted to enter Miss SA, but then I was in doubt. Am I really good enough? Competition. She was like, no, you can do this. You know, so I'm really happy and I feel so blessed to have had friends as Ganjalo. And another thing is that what keeps me going is this passion and this fire inside of me that nobody else can take away from me. You know, when you have that passion inside of you and you believe and you have faith in yourself, throughout
this conversation, I'm trying to locate where it is really coming from. Where did the innocence of not chasing your dream break?
The innocence of not chasing my dreams.
My dreams. Like, no, the moment I reached this point, I couldn't look back. Hey, yo, you only have one chance. And that's today, and that's even now. But yeah, but I'm like, hey, sometimes I'm pushy. But I really know there is a point whereby the innocence of not chasing your dream or the cost of not chasing your dream became so big. Then we're like, I'm no longer not chasing my dreams.
Oh, yeah.
Where do you say I'm like, and I'm never looking back?
Yo, singahlala usuku lonke la
podcast,
singahlala usuku lonke. You know, one thing unfortunately eyangenza ukuthi ngisitshela ukuthi, you know what, I don't want to live a life where my dreams ashabalele nje kanjalo, and I've given myself up to alcohol and all those things. So unfortunately, my mother had to go through that, and I had to watch her struggle and go through lezo zinto lezo. And seeing her in that state really influenced me and motivated me to not be like that. To not be like that. I love her so much. She knows, and we've had a conversation about this multiple times. I told myself, I don't want to be at a level in my life where I'm unhappy because there's certain things that didn't happen for me because I gave myself up to something else. You
sacrifice.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Because when you give yourself up to something on the side, you end up losing your sense of self and your sense of self-awareness. So for me, it took a lot of self-awareness. It took a lot of endurance, resilience for me to get to where I am today. And so I told myself that, you know what, empilweni, this is what I want, and I'm cheeky now.
No, man.
Yeah.
I feel you, and I highly appreciate you for actually opening that pocket up.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Say, hey, bro, that's too vulnerable for me to share like this.
Yeah.
But wait, I strongly believe this platform is here to stay. And now, when you reach your highest peak, you'll be like, but there's that one innocent podcast or interview I did where I actually poured myself out, and I'm sure the audience would actually appreciate you for yonke le nto.
Yeah, Shem.
So ngena ke manje on the glitz and the glam world.
Okay.
Things are slowly picking up traction, people are showing support, and modern times they allow you to see the support in numbers. You see 1,000 followers, 1,000 likes, 10,000 hearts. Yonke ke le nto, I would say it's mini fame, because it represents a real world. Even though labantu about 1,000 ungababoni in front of you, but you can say that these are actually 1,000 people who actually pressed the button.
Yeah.
What does that do to you, or how do you handle it?
How do I handle being followed by many people?
By many people.
Well, there's a lot of expectation. Yeah. People expect a lot from you once you're somebody who's being followed by that many people. Yeah. You need to watch what you post. You need to watch what you say. You know, so it's limiting in a way, you know, and I don't know. Yeah. But it's for me, it's limiting me, I feel like, in a way, but not in a bad way. It's limiting me in a good way, because these days online, when you decide to post something, it comes back to bite you, because you follow abantu aba-100 bazokutshenela nibona ukuthi hey ngathi leyo usuyiposta ngathi wrong.
Engathi siyabheka.
Usobona manje when you're applying emsebenzini kuthiwa hayi ngesikwazi ukuqasha ku Twitter phela wena wabhala ukuthi nokuthi. Yabo, so for me I just, it's a good thing ukuthi I have that many people follow me, because it just,
so it's good
pressure. Discipline. It's good pressure for me.
I like it. Some people really lose it to social media. What are the pros and cons of social media from your perspective?
Okay, asqalila. An advantage is that mangabe, when posting, you obviously get a lot of people like and comment. So whenever mhlambe you'd get a campaign or something like that, or you're advertising for something, it's great. Ne? But then the disadvantage, it comes to when you now start posting obviously personal things. There's certain things ongeke uzokwazi ukuzposta because abantu bazothini. Yabo, you know, the mjolo content, I don't post that because it's not a part of my brand. Kine brand, NALEDI MAKHUNGA is a brand on its own. NALEDI is a brand on its own. Yeah. So it's not going to make sense when on my story now I'm posting flowers, I'm posting amaringi or chocolate. Angeke kwenza sense because kuhlangana block on NALEDI, the brand. So for me, my socials are my workspace. So I can't post my personal things. So basically I don't have a personal page on Instagram or wherever.
But that could lend you some relationship gig.
Relationship gig.
Like family planning gig.
No.
Clientele, but no. You want somebody who's working with someone.
The day I decided that, you know what, today I'm building my brand, I deleted everything that had to do with NALEDI, and then everything yang saying you post manje ngase sengiyipostela umsebenzi, so that
but I hope you understand, bro. Yeah, but then the bread is bigger than the
it's bigger than the personal things. You can't post those things, you know.
They
so
come and go.
They come and go. So many people keep tabs. Hey, NALEDI last week beganalon, next month usaganalo manje. When did she get time to move on? You know, Gandabaz. Yeah, so
no, I totally feel you.
yeah, there's just certain things that you can't post on social media when you're a person of that much influence. You just really need to be careful about the things you say, the things you post, because people might take that and use that against you. Because kukhona ama-enemies of progress like apali abangafuni
Ama-vulture.
hayi ama-vulture mase ngathi sebeyakubana ngathi usuyathuthuka kuthiwa womakhe
Bengene
kusho
ngani.
ama-screenshot ke manje yabona. So you just really need to be careful if you're thinking of going into the influencing game or the social media game. Just really be careful at what you post. Control everything oyipostayo. Umuntu nje angasho lutho na
kungabi nanto of substance and efakwe wuwe.
Exactly.
No, thank you very much for it's advice kodwa manje
kunzima yabona.
It's a tough one to take.
Yeah, but it's true though.
They rank you for that. They like, you don't like me because you don't put me out there.
Umfihlelani.
Uyangiphetha. But siyabonga mfethu. Scope close to Mr. South Africa.
Yes, sesiyafika.
Yeah, sesiyafika ne. There's the Madibas gig, and there's the MCing, and there's these activations that are happening on campus. Ne? My question is running away. When it comes to working or putting yourself or availing yourself to serve, how much of the question about imali crosses your mind, and how much of a potential distraction it might be to you putting yourself out there?
Okay, so in terms of imali, for me, at first, it was never a money thing, because working at a campus station means that you're obviously not going to get paid. So it's voluntary, and you're doing it because you're passionate about it. So for me, it was never about the money, but it was about doing what I love and what I'm passionate about, you know? So indaba yemali iyaxabanisa kancane kakhulu. Hayi kancane kakhulu. Yabo inokuxabanisa.
Ingena embobeni encane bese ixabanise.
Iyaxabanisa, ngifuna ukuqamba amanga, iyaxabanisa. But one thing I've learned is that you have to eventually, after gaining experience, I had to now come to a point where now when setting my prizes, I don't flinch. Mangabe ubabaz, like ngikutshena prize yami ngime ngikubuka emehlweni ngithi this is my prize. And if you're not happy about it, bye-bye. Find someone else.
And not in a bad way.
So not in a bad way. It's business.
Mhlambe outfits ozibambayo uzithande kodwa masuthi hayi
ubona uthi hey mhlambe ngizobuye ngiyibuyele ngelinye ilanga mangabe sengikhona ukuyithenga uyabona. So it's really important, and when you treat yourself as a business, you need to know your prices. Don't never lower your prices first of all, and kufuneka ama price wakho owazi to a point where it's now uma ngabe umuntu efika kuwena athi this is how much I have, I'm booking you, and leyo mali leyo mhlambe ingaphansi kwale mali leyo wena ujwayele ukuthi uyabakhokhisa abantu, kufuneka umtshana uthi no, I can't do the job for you. Kufuneka ibe ngaphezulu kwalokho. These are my prizes, and if you're not happy with them, then unfortunately. But iyaxabanisa. I've lost a lot of gigs because of that. Umuntu athi mhlambe athi no, it's good for your exposure, you know, okanye athi umuntu I'm not gonna pay you, and I'm like, I can't do it for free, I'm sorry.
And they are those gigs mhlawumbe njengoba nathi sibhalile incwadi enkulu engaka sathi awubandi, it's not a paying gig, but this is what we can take.
So you need to treat yourself as a business and know your prices. When mentioning your prices yakho, don't flinch, don't budge. Like, hey,
and have a proper manager.
Yeah, have a proper manager on the side.
Who pulls the invoice card with no fringe.
Yay! Athi mangabe kunika invoice athi hayi nami ngenzile phela umsebenzi kusakumele ngikhokhele manje, you know. So you need to know your prices, and ume kwi prices zakho. Even when it comes to makeup business yami, I do the same thing. I'm like, Facebook yami is this amount of money, and if uthi mhlambe any makeup artist need discount and go to that makeup artist, you know. Hayi gabi, go
mhlambe iba khona mfethu iphilosophy yemali yabo, as let's say mhlambe black kids or abezulu yabo. But you'll find that in most cases as youth, sinenye philosophy ngiyayizwa le yakho yabo but khona le ongathi mawuyibheka from a far side uthi ish as this nation or as this generation this is potentially taking us back with regards to imali, for example. Mhlawumbe iziphi lezo zinto engathi ubukele kude as much as they might not be applicable to you, but uthi ish I think that takes us back when it comes to business and money related issues.
So issues ezisibuyisela back in terms of,
let's say mhlambe as a nation you like we are not as wealthy as we should be. Yabo. Potentially 1, 2, 3 makes us that.
Okay. So usibuza ukuthi as a country yini into esibuyisela back financially.
Yes.
Oh, into esibuyisela back as a country financially is the fact that economy yethu is in shambles because there's no employment whatsoever for people who've just graduated. I get yabo, and the youth is obviously complaining about certain things that are happening in this country, but decide ukuthi abafuna ukuvota when it's just as simple as ukuvota nje ukushintsha izinto. And I feel like this is what we need to tell the youth iqiniso ukuthi noma kuthiwa uvoti, you are still voting. You know, and if you want change, if you want us to grow in this economy, you really need to start voting and take it seriously. So I think, I'm not sure whether I'm answering your question or not because I didn't quite understand it well.
Mhlambe ngokuphendula kwakho uthi change is linked to us actually acting up,
taking action. Yes.
Kodwa ke manje ngasho ukuthi mhlambe la endlini for example ukuthi hey bro, I see us as black kids. We don't afford lezinto and we are not really striving as much as we could. Because mhlambe wena you are just an exception from the whole group yaka matric kwakho. Mhlambe for example. Out of that, I feel like 1, 2, 3 keeps us there.
Okay. Othi ngiqalela.
Yeah.
Inkinga yethu ukuthi we were taught by our parents ukuthi go to school, get a job, live on that salary. You need to have multiple streams of income empilweni. Ayikho imillionaire eyakaba a from only doing a corporate job. One job only. You need to, when thinking, you really need to think of different ways in which you can get money. So even at school, I feel like we should be taught these things, how to, start our own businesses, how to have a cash cow for certain business that you want, how, those things. You need to learn those things.
Cash cow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, dang, a cash cow. Whether you're selling polonies or amagunya or something like that to start that cosmetic company that you want to start, you really need to think of those things, and we need to support entrepreneurship. Kakul.
Yeah.
It's very important. It's very important. My father taught me this. He was like, NALEDI, if you really want to succeed in life, I get that you're trying to make a name for yourself in the media space and you're trying to, obviously, I don't know, grow in that space.
Be the face of many things.
Be the face of many things. But you really need to start thinking of how you can start a business, how you can get an extra income on the side, or start side hustles. Uthole imali ngapha nangapha. And leyo nto leyo iyasiza kakhulu. So I therefore plead you guys to start with that. Even if you're in high school, uyasho ukuthi okay fine, I want to be a lawyer, think of a business and figure out ways as to how you can get there and do it. Yabo, and that way you won't suffer financially. Angeke ifridge lakho nje lizohlezi ligcwele. Uyabona uhlezi ukahle, uhlezi right. So yeah.
Thank you very much. I think this is the answer.
Ile answer
because in a way it speaks to a generation. It speaks to a color. It speaks to a South African currently. Mhlambe kudala umsebenzi wokupopisa ngempela. But in the modern times this is the situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you very much. I think sasifikile ku-Mr.
Sasifikile ku-Mr.
Kungena kanjani lapha, like how does that happen?
Ubuza uMr noma ubuza uMiss?
uMr South Africa
Lo wa last year the gig.
Because I strongly believe it can actually make you feel like, hey, I can actually be one of those.
Yeah.
As much as you're actually above them now.
Oh, am I?
I really felt like you're above if you can conduct and
Uh-huh.
make a deal that is outside being a contestant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay, asiqale la. So, I'd seen a post in Joba Besingshil, like I had mentioned. I saw the post on Instagram. I don't know how it popped up on my explore page, but I just saw it and I'm like, okay, mangingenele, did the video, ngangena top 50, did another video. After that, we were down to top 10. Ne? As we were down to top 10, we started being interviewed. Obviously, they'd asked us, why do you want to be the host of Mr. SA? Why do you think that you're great to host the red carpet event? You know, why you? You know those questions that they always ask you at any job interview. Why you? Why should we choose you of all the people that have entered?
Yeah.
You know, and so I had to answer all those questions, of which I did. And then it came down to top 3. And then when it came down to top 3, we were on a Zoom call. I remember very well. We were on a Zoom call. They're like, oh, we can't get a hold of the other 2. But they're like, okay, you know what? We're going to carry on and just tell you the news. To NALEDI, unfortunately, we cannot select you to be our red carpet host. Red carpet host. But
Because
we're selecting you to be our main stage host for Mr. SA. And I'm like, what? Mina?
damn.
You know, because I was like, first of all, I auditioned to become a red carpet host, right? But then they ended up making me the main stage host. I think they saw something in me that I couldn't see in myself. And so I asked myself, why me? Why being selected?
Because then the competelayo is not what
They were
you
like,
are giving me.
They were like, no, you're too big for this.
I'm
like, how do I go from hosting activations on campus to now hosting a big pageant such as Mr. SA?
Your journey reminds me of a journey of Pamela. Do you know Pamela?
Pamela Mtang. I
so
know
Pamela,
her.
we are like the same generation university kids.
Yeah.
And looking at her career, like flip like that, and all of a sudden, now Manjula, go green carpet, go blue carpet, go red, go black carpet. I'm like, this girl's journey reminds me of Pamela. Who are those people that you aspire to be, but you take people inspiration, or you take a certain element of them and be like, hey, I look up to this from this person.
Oh, well, for me, Baning, there's just so many of them. There's so many of them. First off, being Unomzamo Mbatha. Unomzamo Mbatha has managed to break out of, the South African acting. I don't know what's the word. What's the word? Industry, acting industry, and boom, and go overseas. Which is like she's doing big things. She's planning on doing big things, but her goal is to not only do that, but to have an impact, to have a social impact on not only South Africa but the globe, right? So she's that influential because she has foundations, she has charities, all those things. So it's like her goal is to obviously help people and impact them in a certain way, and she's done that successfully. And so I look up to her. And then Bonang Mateba is literally the best presenter in and out of South Africa. You can't do anything to her. So I look up to her now, and then there is Ubani Uzola Nombona. Uzola Nombona has a business. She's selling shapewear. Hey. She's selling shapewear.
Because there's Google.
She's she's selling shapewear, and she's proven to people that you can't limit her to only acting. She can also do other things, and she's been doing many things. So my goal is to be all of that in one person.
Dope.
So I look up to them very much, and
shout out to them.
Shout out to them.
And mhlambe hlangana nawe cela ubakhombe kule video ne khona bezobona how much you appreciate them. Yeah. Asingene to the real deal. I think it's really a real deal because it's happening.
Okay, yeah, it is happening.
The process to it is current, and hopefully nale upload sizoyenza before
or
izinto.
Or after, I don't know.
Nah, but we'll try. Miss South Africa. So now you're trying to be the contestant of a similar show that you hosted.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I am.
What inspires you to do that?
Okay. So there is a backstory to this thing. Growing up, my mother was a victim of domestic violence, and I was obviously affected by it because uma ngabe umzali wakho ehlukumezeka ehlukumeza omunye umuntu wesilisa, it affects you so much, and we don't really talk about that, the effects of it, the depression, the post-depression of it, you know. And experiencing that really made me see that. And she couldn't even talk about it to people. She couldn't go to the police because this person was friends with policemen and all that. So she couldn't really do anything about it. And I also couldn't even do anything about it as a child.
Yeah.
And so I realized that, you know, women, they're expected to go through a lot. They're expected to endure a lot of things.
Yeah.
Abuse, whether it is emotionally or physically, and we don't even talk about this enough. We're not really fighting it enough. Yeah, and so not really having a voice as a child, for me, not being able to stand up for her and speak up to her, really made me think that I need to fight for women's rights one day, so that women and children are now able to live in a safer society.
Yeah.
And so for me, I thought to myself, I grew up watching Miss SA actually. So I grew up watching these beautiful, strong, bold females, you know, that walk up to the stage looking glamorous and all that. I'm like, I want this for myself. And seeing that they actually not only there for the glitz and glam, but they're actually here to change the world and to make it a better place, to make South Africa a better place to live in. And so it really, really inspired me to enter Miss SA, because I was like, you know what, I'm going to fight for what happened to my mother and really fight for other women and other children out there, so that they don't have to go through what I went through, what me and my mom went through. So it really inspired me to enter Miss SA. And yeah, I just want to wear a pretty dress and look pretty and hambela up a stage, crown, you know, and boss up, be a boss babe.
Picture perfect. But I really feel like there's so much toiling to go through, or there's so much trial and tribulation to actually endure.
Yeah.
Mhlambe on the journey currently, let's say mhlambe fethu, yes, that's the goal, but I'm sure the journey becomes the greatest thing ever, because masuhleli phansi, everything like becomes like, oh shit, it was a great tour around, but yeah, now take a picture, I'm here. Mhlambe iziphi izinto ozenzayo manje that you're like, these ones I'm pushing them for the journey to get this crown, but even after this crown, I'm willing to still continue with these things.
Yeah. You know, all about female empowerment, and I believe that, I'd like to believe, Prof, I've been told, I'm an inspiration to young girls, you know, not to be cocky or anything like that, but I am an inspiration to young females. I know for a fact. You know it now, you know.
And you're already inspired.
You know? So as an inspiration to females, I'm all about female empowerment. Hence why I started my blog, which I recently started now. It's gonna take me all the way. Good journey, Yami. And I'm gonna make my next post obviously about how to break the chains. As or lama chains law the universe how to break through that and how to find power in the struggles that you've been through, you know.
It sounds like
we're here to change lives. We're here to change lives. People actually need motivation, because there are people out there who can't even wake up from their bed because they don't feel motivated due to the things that they've actually been through in life. You know, so my goal is to heal them. It's to empower females, to tell them that, you know what, it's okay that you went through this, but now let's find power in that. Take that and use that to rise up and keep progressing. You know, so blog yami, holy lady.
Holy lady.
Holy lady.
Baptism
With an exclamation. We're changing lives. With an
yeah.
exclamation there. Check it out. It's also on my Instagram page and the link. You'll find it. I'll mention my handles at the end of this podcast. But when you actually check it out, you'll see that post. I'm going to be making it today, Vela. I'm writing it today. Self-empowerment, women empowerment. You know, how to break through those chains. So yeah, I'm doing that currently, and I'm really hoping that it's gonna help me throughout the journey. You know,
that's dope. I like it. I actually want to challenge you.
Okay.
I'm hoping that you can take this challenge here. You see the road from the circle. There's a shuttle stop, Gomery Road, what.
Yeah. I remember that.
Then you're facing straight to Emadibas. The Mbizweni, I mean. The big building.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I see that way.
I want you to do something about it. Ne?
Uh-huh.
Organize. It's either maybe a silent march for what you just spoke about.
Yeah.
And just rally, like just walk that part and please document it.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
I'm sure that can do so much.
Ne?
And it can actually show you how many people actually love what you do. Mhlambe, because we are used to telephones and cell phones, you just see those likes as like. But when you see the numbers, in actual fact, even if it's 10 people, you're like, shit, this is the soul and the face behind that like. And I appreciate you for that.
And you know, for the first time ever, I want to do something that's not only good for me, but it's good for other people. Yeah. And it's benefiting everyone and society in general. Because it's not really safe sometimes, guys, to be alive. Kwawena, you're not even safe.
Yeah.
You know, and
now
we
need to
Asiko safe, and we really need to build a better society for people to live in. And in this crazy world where kwenzeka yonke into noma yini, we need to really stand up and sibe ndawonye and move together.
Yeah.
You know.
Konta ngizwile. I'm not sure if you're going to be comfortable sharing your point about it. In South Africa. Abantu abangashadile mos. But now ngizwe ngathi kukhulunywa about including a certain gender.
Yeah.
Into the mix. Ukuthi mhlambe sekuzoba nabantu who are, is it homo?
No, transgender.
Transgender.
Yeah.
Into the Miss South Africa banner. What's your take around that?
That's my take. I feel like it's great that they're including transgender women.
Yeah.
Because I feel as though women of where okay. Noma ngabe imuphi umuntu wesifazane uyadeserve i-recognition, because we're now at a generation or at an age where there is a lot happening. Yeah. And we need to be more acceptive of izinto esithize, you know, and we really need to be welcoming of certain types of, you know, genders. We need to be more acceptable of the LGBTQI community. I'm sorry. It's a tongue twister. Yeah, it's a tongue. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I feel like we need to be more acceptive and celebrate each and every type of female that is out there. And I really love the fact that they're diversifying the platform, the pageant, because Dalad was very restrictive. Yeah. Even if you as a female, there was just certain restrictions. Corner, you can't have stretch marks. There was this certain beauty standard. You have to be slender. You have to
unrealistic
not even have blemishes on your face. It's not realistic. It's not a true representation of what females are and what females can be, you know. So I really love the fact that they're diversifying the pageant, and it's good. I love it.
Yeah, this lady is ready for competition. My point was gonna be like, hey yo guys, create a category for them. Women or ladies.
Segregation.
Because already there are so many processes that these people need to go to validate them. But yeah, I totally feel and respect your opinion. I'm just a commoner who just has that interest to, okay, hey, there's that happening as Carl.
Yeah.
I think we are almost at the end. I'm sure we've passed the hour mark.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, we're almost there.
Almost there.
Almost there. There's always the young you, ne?
Mm-hmm.
In you food. Namanj.
I'm still a kid.
Kampe to take a moment to the mic and be like, hey yo, I remember you gijima ngenyawo namansense yonke leyo nto. I just want to assure you what we're doing is actually supposed to be what it is or whatever. Any message to a younger self, because kunengane encane who's going to grow to this. Njengoba dubabiza ombatha.
MAKHUNGA. Umbatha
umthatha ubani lo?
Awungiwumbatha.
The ntombazane man, usisi.
Nomzamo Mbatha. Oh.
There's gonna be a younger self. But I aspire to be like Ukamakhunga. But I'm like, that video, when she spoke to herself as a younger self, I take that. Type a message to a younger self.
Okay, so a message to my younger self or to young girls out there who really want to make something out of themselves is that no matter what you're going through, no matter how bad it is, never let that distract you from your main goal, which is achieving your dreams. You are gonna go through trials. You are going to go through distractions as teas, especially in varsity. Never lose focus. Focus on that, and dreams do really come true. So no matter how long it takes, no matter how long it takes, dreams really do come true. And focus your energy and your time on that. Focus on finding yourself. Be self-aware, so that one day, no matter who, I feel yo, unje. You can tell them that, you know what, you can't tell me anything. Because it's very important to know yourself as a female. That way, no more bani ngathini engenzani ngeke akuthinte. So yeah.
Yeah. I like the nkani in it. Like,
you have to be really stubborn, hey? And you have to be persistent. You have to be persistent and have faith. Because if you have faith, ayikho into abangakwenza yona. Dala bezama kumina nkululeko angeke ulungela kumina. Angeke ulunge.
Mhlawumbe bethu ungasinika nje a glimpse of a failure where you like, I failed in this and this is how I actually overcome that.
Okay, so I don't really have that many failures, but I think something that I failed at is, okay, well, first of all, my goal was to go to a UJ, right? And I applied for drama there. Yeah, Joburg, because opportunities and everything, you won't get it up. I'd applied there, and unfortunately, they had rejected me. But you guess what I did? Guess what's in I moved on with my life and I carried on, and I'm like, I'm gonna make my own opportunities. There's not really that many opportunities, but I've managed to make something out of myself. And there's another learner there who's doing media in UJ, and they haven't even started yet. So just start. No matter who nobody can limit you.
Basically,
nobody can limit you other than yourself.
Yeah, NALEDI, this was a great one. And ngiyabonga kakhulu for pulling up. Hopefully, so by now round 2 after the dust has settled. But David, we highly appreciate you. Closing words to the youth and South Africa.
Ngiyanthanda uzithande nawe. And know your worth. Know your worth, Shem. That's all I can say.
Know your worth. What you bring to the table.
Get loud.
Know your worth. Thank you very much. It's a wrap.